over to 14th, and they were like trying to get through, and the cops blocked them off that way, so they came back through the park. And then all of a sudden, all these cops came down. They had riot guards and everything, and they went in there and started pushing people around and got them past a block.
And some of us got out, and some of us were trapped down there. They brought in the hazmat. They brought in everything. There's a lot of evidence that they did fire a good amount of tear gas down there.
The protest was heading down the street here, and it got by the Sheraton Hotel, which is where all the delegates are. They're about a half a block down there, and they're completely surrounded. There's, I would imagine, maybe 150, 200 people over there.
I don't mind getting arrested for the people, because these cops think they own everything, and they really don't. They'd be nothing without their guns.
Leading and clever than any before. They, the puppeteers of the military-industrial complex.
Over 100 protesters who are here at the heart of 15th Street in Cleveland, and it's really the heart of a protest. There are about 300 or 400 police officers lined up in a wall, batons drawn, and there's a man giving a sort of freedom of speech, his version of the Constitution here, and a couple hundred protesters who were sort of saying derogatory things about the police. And I've spoken to a lot of the people here, and mostly they're protesting such strong police presence here and much less about issues.
The obligation of our elected representatives is to protect those rights. We formed a nation, and we ratified a constitution, a flawed constitution at that, to do so. And they're not doing so now. They're protecting the rights of the corporate citizen, who's become equal with the natural citizen.
The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated.
I talked to the police officer behind me. I asked him about his outfit, if it was state of the art. He said it's old state of the art, and that he's trying to keep the peace.
Let them go! 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 Let them go!
Yeah, I think she's getting arrested for March for Peace.
Taking back the streets, showing this police state that they're not going to stop us from walking around our own town, our own country.
When you go to the capital cities of Europe, you'll see monuments to the American soldiers that liberated them from fascism. They used to admire us. Now we are the fascists.
We walk across the street, and next thing you know, we're sitting on the sidewalk getting pepper spray sprayed at us.
This is what a police state looks like.
The president's lawyer, the vice president's lawyer, the president has the authority to torture a suspect's child, to the point of sexually torturing the suspect's child to get information.
Free everybody! 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 Free everybody!
No, it's impossible to see at this point, it's impossible to see the cluster.
A standoff lasting hours, dozens of arrests, exactly what the city didn't want, the protesters becoming a story.
Two of the policemen said that there was a ruckus downtown and that they didn't advise us to come. We never heard the protesters out of the Pepsi Center either. They would not let us go and walk to the rail or the trains or even catch a taxi because they were, I don't know, I mean, our security is very tight. But then again, we're not allowed to see. I don't see why I can't see what the protests are about. I did in Boston. We've done that before. She was a delegate there with me. This is her first convention. We should know what the feeling of the residents of Colorado is. And if they have legitimate gripes, we want to know them. How can we channel them? How can we help them?
They really got into a little scuffle yesterday, but you know.
Were you there? Did you see the
No, I just saw the scuffle, you know, because we were down trying to shop pretty much and get some of the items to take back. But it was a little scuffle that somebody knocked down some signs and stuff, but they were able to pick it back up and then they moved people off. I don't think they're trying to arrest anybody. Everybody has a right for free speech, but they just want them to do it orderly, okay? So, I mean, everybody knows how the Democrat feels about the war, all right? And everybody knows how Barack feels about the war. And as a mother of a veteran from the Gulf War and a son who just served 2 terms in Iraq, we know how we feel about the war. We want it to end.
Especially, you know, the police force and everything have kept us, you know, so secure and safe. I just want to thank Denver. You've done a great job, and no, I have not. I tune it out.
So they're not affecting you and anything that you
No,
might do
because
here?
I believe when we get Barack, when he becomes president, he's going to get us out responsibly, and we're going to be home and really change America.
We really haven't had time to pay a lot of attention to it, but I think everybody has a First Amendment right to have their freedom of speech, and I think that's something that's important, and it's been nice here in the way that it's been done in a pretty controlled fashion.
What do you think the Denver police has done?
The Denver Police Department, I think they one of the finest law enforcement agencies I think I've ever dealt with. Any interaction I've had with them, they've treated me with the utmost dignity and respect, and I appreciate that.
Well, I think that's important. That's part of the platform also. So, I mean, they're protesting, but we're already going to be doing it. I mean, our plan is actually better than the ones that Republicans are proposing right now.